All right, so we're going to start with the basics of violin. This is a 4-string violin, and we'll start with how to hold your instrument. The first thing that you can do to get a good position is to hold it directly out, and then turn the violin in, bend your elbow, and just bring it in under your chin, like so. Some violinists like to use a chin rest, which you would attach right here, and it kind of spaces it out a little bit. But a lot of people that play non-classical music tend to skip the chin rest. So once you have it in there tight, you should be able to hold it without your left hand. And so once you have it in there, you want to have your thumb on your left hand below the fingerboard here. And then curve your 4 fingers like that. In case you're not familiar with the names of the parts of the violin, this is the scroll, this is the fingerboard underneath your strings, this is the bridge, and this is the chin rest. And then if you have it plugged in, that's your direct out. So now we'll switch over to the bow, holding your bow. This loosens and tightens your bow hairs. This is known as the frog, and then this is the tip. So you put your thumb on your right hand right in there, and then you place your 4 fingers such. So now you can draw and get your first tone, which is going to be the first lesson in here, is getting your tone and getting a good sound out of your instrument. So the 4 strings on the violin are G, D, A, and E. And that's tuned to fifths, unlike a guitar, which is tuned to fourths. We'll get into that a little bit more later, but it's important to know your intervals. So starting with the G string, we're going to start putting our fingers down first through 4th finger. And what this is going to do is create the major scale, the beginning of a major scale, in whole steps for the first 2. So starting with an open G. And then first finger, you get an A. Second finger, B. We'll start that again. G. First finger, A. Second finger, B. Now when you get to your 3rd finger, it becomes a half step. So it's going to be right next to your 2nd finger. See, the spacing is a little bit different between open string, first finger, 2nd finger. Those are whole steps. Then the 3rd finger is a half step, gets you from B natural to C natural. So here's your B. There's your C natural. 4th finger is D. Now that's also your open string. Your next open string is D. Moving on to the open D string, you have D, first finger, E, 2nd finger, F sharp, and then the 3rd finger half step again from F sharp to G. Now you've completed the G major scale by going from G, open G, 1, 2, 3, open D, 1, 2, 3. So using your ears to make sure that you've played that in tune, when you get to the 3rd finger on the D string, you'll hit that G, which is an octave above your low open G string. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on the D again, get to the 3rd finger, and then I'm going to play along with the open string underneath it to check the tuning. So D, E, F sharp. Now add the lower string. And you have your octave. So now I'll take you through the whole scale, and then I'll play the double stop, the open G at the end. All right, so that's your G major scale. Now we continue on from the D string through the A string to make a D major scale and do the same thing at the end. Check the D, open D for tuning. So the A string is A, first finger B,